Hello and welcome to another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. I am the player who plays as the King Under the Mountain, and I haven't done a season update video for a while. I apologise, and there's a few reasons for that. Really, I've been a little bit busy with a few things, but our season kind of curtailed early, and that doesn't mean that I shouldn't create content on it. But the maps looked a lot better and a lot worse than this. But I'll kind of talk through the map first, partly because I know what will happen. So if I don't talk through the map now, and then I press the map halfway through this, it's going to come up with a lot of my thoughts and a lot of pins, and it's going to reveal a lot of plans and a lot of things that are going on. And I just don't really want to be that person. So I'm going to do things a little bit backwards to normal. We're going to go map first, then see where we're at. So Blue Kingdom is DK. The DK Kingdom, Decal, DKD. Obviously, Angmar still have some kingdom. Loth have one territory left at the minute, but they are fighting for their lives with that. Rune are down to protecting the capital, and to be fair to them, are pushing DK just a little bit. Arnor seems to be mainly fighting Gondor in Gondor's last territory in the corner and then across here. So there's a few pins here, as you can see, from 1T and Raw and only. We as Erebor, the map's actually looked a lot worse than this for us, if I'm being honest. This is a nice battle pin, by the way, between Rune and Linden. I'm really conscious here of not giving anything away. So there's a nice battle pin there. The last time I did this, I'm pretty sure we owned Erebor, and I'm pretty sure I said we were definitely not going to keep Erebor. So we got completely pushed, to be fair, out the north. They've very recently sort of taken us out of this main territory here. They're now trying to come at Rune from two different angles, and we kind of got a little bit trapped in the south. So at the moment we are capitalists in true dwarf style, where we've kind of lost all of our ancestral homes and we're trying to get them back. So it's kind of law-based this season, really, to the nasty elves. And that's kind of where we're at. So at the moment we've just regained some territory. So we were down to 2, I think, sort of Sea of Nirn and around this kind of area. There's a small pin between us and Arnor. It's not very big at the moment at all. And we took Ashen yesterday, so these pins are pretty fresh. But as you'll see by my resources when I get into that part of it, not really a great deal at this second is going on fighting wise for us. There's a little bit of fighting, but Linden are pretty focused on Rune. And you could probably argue that we're taking a little bit of advantage of that and getting a couple of lands back and trying to secure some borders and things like that and see if we can hold on for the rest of this season. I think I'm now okay because there should be no pins around here, so now I can breathe a sigh of relief and go into normal. So as you can see, we've been fighting a lot less than normal because we actually have resources. And if I go to my barracks, I've actually, excitedly, may I add, got a load of Ram Riders, which I haven't used yet, which I'm really, really excited about doing. I've even made some Great Beasts today. I don't think I've had Great Beasts in about 900 seasons. So I'm pretty happy. My Guardians are in a load of different forts. My barracks is full. And the pretty cool thing, again, I hope this doesn't give anything away, is forts which have actually got a barracks in actually have this little symbol by them now, which is really handy. So I've literally got troops pretty much everywhere. And normally I struggle to find out where the hell they are because, you kind of put them in 2 or 3 different forts. But yeah, they've now got this little symbol here, which is pretty useful, really, to be fair. But just a little tip there. I'm not going to go into today things like PBE. I want to make a separate video on PBE. I know there was a great announcement the other day about different stuff and some respec vouchers, which I kind of need to reread again because I think some people have been a little bit more upset than others about them. On my first reflection, I don't think I've got too much of a problem with them. I'd like to talk through some skills in PBE in general, so I do plan on doing a PBE video probably in a couple of days' time, to be honest. I've done some testing. I haven't done enough testing yet, but I will do some more. From a season point of view, we are in the 42nd day. It's felt like a long slog. DK have definitely DK'd our ass this season. And we're a little bit broken and bruised, but we're just kind of getting a little bit more active now. So I reckon there's probably at most 13 days left. We're obviously trying to sort a few things out and hopefully, if we're really lucky, get our capital back and probably try and make our way across to Erebor, which would be really nice, but we probably won't get there, but we'll give it a go. It's the weekends of Heart of Heroes on, hence people are sat on my base. They're not just there to protect me, I'm nowhere near a front at this moment. Not that there really is a front for us at this moment, anyway. So that was kind of that. What do I normally go for? It's been that long, I've kind of forgot what I normally go for. So personal production, I have been as low as 150, which anyone who knows how much I love a farm, that has given me palpitations. And so for that reason, I've been taking 150s in different parts of the map, which I'm not going to show people, but I have been using eagles. So it's been an experience to have to fly around the map a little bit and get some sort of territory. Merit wise, consider I was top until probably 3 or 4 days ago when I got moved out of Selduin Vale, I think it was, and then since I've been kind of relocated to the south, I haven't really been fighting that much. While we've been sort of PvE and keeps and things like that. So I'm pretty happy with 5 million merit in this season. It's been a bit of a slog. Obviously, I got to 8 last season, so I'd hope I'd still get to 6-ish, maybe a little bit more, maybe 6.5, depending on how much fighting we have to do in the last few weeks. Lots of people near the top, though. This guy's really strong. So that's kind of that. I will go into Fellowship production, whereby we are way down. We've actually dropped 100k today. I have no idea how that happens, considering we've actually been taking production. So probably need to look at that. Unless we've been losing some tiles to Arnor actually in the south, possibly. So you've got the DK Kingdom, who have got 4.3 million between the two. You have got the Arnor Kingdom, which have got 3.8 between the two. So they're the two predominant kingdoms. They did come into this server together. They have played the server together. I think they both hit the ring at the same time, and Linden ended up getting the ring. And to be fair of the two teams, and I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here, DK are definitely a team that deserved the ring, deserved the capitals for whether you like their play style or not, which is very much destroy everything on the map. It is a war game, so I've personally got no issue with let's just take everything on the map. Has it been competitive for them this season? Probably not, because the sort of larger teams that are in here were kind of on breaks, which isn't their fault at the end of the day. But some of the other teams have probably not shown up as much, and we've been pretty poor at times, if I'm being honest. So you had us in there as Dobie. You've got Raw in Gondor still up there a little bit. You have got Only also in Gondor, but there wasn't many of Only anyway, and I think they're right down now. Yeah, they've hardly got any production whatsoever. Rohan lost their capital the other day, I think it was, so they were hoping they'd keep hold of theirs after sort of staying neutral all season. Angmar got theirs back. We don't know if they had to fight for that or whether it's been gifted. We don't know the answer to that question. If someone wants to fill in that, it's been good, but they've seemingly had some good fights with Linden as well, to be fair. And then you got the 2-3 rune fellowships, which, considering how low their production is between the three of them, it's about 2 million between the three. They're fighting really hard against Linden, and you've got to respect that, really. So yeah, Linden in general have been really strong. A great group to play against as well. Also in Erebor, we've had Skull and Brav, and I don't know the bottom team, to be fair, but also Echo, who, in fairness, in the last week, Echo have been brilliant, and they've pretty much been everywhere. So it's been good. It's been a fun season. It's been hard. And to be fair, I would probably suggest we've learned a lot from DK in general about tiling and things like that. Like even myself, who I'd say I'm a pretty experienced player, the way they tile and sort of make you use main stamina is really impressive. Definitely an experience playing them, put it that way. So yeah, no, it's been good. So we'll try and see if we can get a capital back. I very much doubt it. I'm really concerned if I press that red button, it's going to be a pin. So I'm not going to press the red button, even though I love to press the red button. So, as normal, I'll just throw a few battle reports out there because this is just from the last few days. There's not been many, but this is probably the first season that I've actually used a B team and also a C team at points. And quite effectively, to be honest. I normally just kind of use my main, and I've kind of never really thought about it as much as what I have, I guess. But I've normally just used my main, which is quite limiting on stamina. So I've really enjoyed using a B team in particular. They're not as strong. They do lose some fights against the meta at the moment, which I think by looks into the meta might change slightly, not a great deal from PBE. I'm actually really excited by Thorin's skill, the Bold, which I get. It would be really nice if it actually helped his damage, but by the looks of things, it can greatly increase your troop damage. So I'm kind of looking into maybe using Swans with him to get the taunt or something like that. I'm waiting for him to build in PBE now to see if that works, but we'll see how that works and go from there. My gear hasn't really changed, so I kind of switch it across from my A team and V team, but my A team doesn't have any kind of focus damage dealer, so these two items are only really in this set. Trying to get the Witch King with some agility in general, just to try and be fast enough to inflict Nazgul before someone's Gandalf the White, if they've got one, or Gandalf, so that it goes through. I was fortunate to finally get a Might set that I could put on this, and I think I've seen some benefits from that this season. I also got a Warcry Palantir, which I was pretty happy with the other day. I now actually have 2 attack Palantirs, which I never, I didn't have any before the start of this season. So I've been pretty lucky with Palantirs this season. Since I've switched this set to Dane with Warcry, I have seen better results, which I'm quite happy about. Before it was Sharp Blade. And I've seen even better results in the last couple of days because of this extra 4% from having a 4-piece set, which I think is pretty cool from them, to be fair. I'm also looking forward to the uniques changing, but I promised I wasn't going to talk about that today. But 10 mithril for a unique, great for free to play, I think, because you can actually start getting some uniques. Terrible for me because I actually put 7,000 gems into getting some sort of mithril the other day just to try and get Sauron's unique because I'd got him to respect 10 finally, so that was a bit annoying. A couple of minutes before the announcement, pretty much. But it will still extenuate a gap between free to play and Wales, because naturally Wales will have more mithril, so you will have a more fully refined version of the unique, which it's going to happen basically. I'm just saying this before HJW accuses me of never being negative about anything. Hi HJW, if you are actually listening to this. And lastly, Gandalf has my sort of last little bit. It's a good mix of focus and unit defense. After PBE and the whole Sauron change, it's a really nice guild, to be fair. I hate saying it, but it is. I was actually really impressed with this result because of the 20% buff, really. So I'm hoping after PBE and I will get rid of some Sauron gear, which I've been kind of trialing the Lang a little bit more, and I've enjoyed that actually. So I will probably switch to something like a protection set here. I've got all the items to be able to do that, and I'll probably double up protection on Sauron. This was a result not too long ago actually, but I was okay with it just for the simple fact that I put this set on Bjorn because I think the agility helps sometimes. He can madden someone else's Bjorn, which I've spoke about a few times before. Don't really want to go into that again if I can help it here. This guy had got sort of a few counters to me and stuff like that. He's got really nice alerts. Fought him quite a few times this season, and been a lot of fun, to be fair. Seems like a good player. Love that Witch King unique. And using the Fell Beast well too. So that was that. Which other one we got? Well, this one was from earlier on as well. This guy's formation is pretty strong, to be fair. Everyone loves a Battle Saruman. Pretty cool alerts with a decent Urukai Fortitude set. You never see that, to be fair. But yeah, 4 refined, unique. Sauron doing his job really with that set, if we're being honest. And then Kenneth the White with a bit of a mixed bag really there, but nice little divide and conquer set. So that was from earlier on. Quite happy with that. I kept getting pounded by this guy. This is actually probably one of the better results I've actually had against him. And the sad part about it was I actually lost my siege straight after, which was a little bit annoying. But yeah, he's got a really, really strong formation. Some good 1.0 gear. I mean, I can't compete with that, to be fair. So the fact that I actually did as well as I did here, I was pretty okay with, to be honest. 205k damage from Dane. I mean, if it wasn't against me, I would genuinely love to see it. This is the other fight. I got absolutely pounded when he was using Eagles yesterday, just flying around taking out people's forts. And yeah, that was nasty. That's even with me having the full counter. I was getting nowhere quick with that. Although as a resource-wise, it's probably quite equal. But yeah, I wasn't coming out of that alive. This is where the B team kind of do okay, considering the levels. And this is why I like Ram Riders, because they do actually help quite a lot with damage. And I thought this was a respectable result, to be fair, against someone who's got a pretty decent set of gear and massively out-levels me. Always think Shire Protectors are good. I never use them, and I wish I did. So that was pretty good. I thought that was an okay-ish result for the B team, to be honest. And then this guy loves to fly around with Eagles. And he does a good job of it, really, to be perfectly honest. So this was one whereby we won this fight just about. I have lost quite a few fights to him in the last few days as well. But he is very active and does fly around a lot. Pretty cool set, to be fair. But with the Eagles, I feel like we did okay there. This was while I was sleeping, I think. And this guy, again, has got a pretty decent set. Really nice Astaro. His Undying's pretty good as well, actually. Look at that, Saruman. And this is what the problem currently is with the meta. Like, that result shouldn't really happen that way. Really and truthfully, that is a more expensive formation than mine, I would suggest. And really, that should do better. But hopefully that changes after PBE a little bit. But I was quite impressed with that result. And then the B team versus the B team. Again, pretty happy with this. This guy's, like I say, stuff before. I think I might have put this report near the top, actually. And I was pretty happy with that, considering he fully counters me. And that was kind of it, really. So I just sort of wanted to give a brief season update and sort of say I plan on doing quite a few videos in the next few weeks on the PBE and those kind of subjects. I think there's a lot of exciting changes coming at the moment, and I think some of it won't be good, granted, but I think a lot of the stuff they've tried to do in the last couple of months has been pretty good in general. So trying to trust in the development team at the moment and sort of sort that out. I think I've got through the whole video without actually showing a single pin, which I'm quite impressed with. Yeah, so that's kind of just from a gear perspective. I've got rid of pretty much all my purple gear now. I'm looking forward to making a L4 Berk soon, which I think with Perseverance, which I have inside, which now that you can do a 2 of 2 Perseverance set, I'm probably going to make something for Bjorn, so he's got that extra damage after round 4. But I need to work on that probably before bag end. I've got 3 hammers now. I'll hopefully get to 4 before I get there. I should do, really, unless something dramatic happens, like I lose a login to my account or something like that. So that was pretty much all I got time for today. But hopefully there'll be a couple more videos out over the weekend. I will keep everyone up to date with the rest of this season. DK definitely hands down have been the best team on this server. And I'm happy to say that because, well, they have been. So that's everything. So if in doubt, always follow your nose.